Hey, Cows, wonderful here again with another wrestling review. This time it's NJPW G1 Night 11 from August 5th, 2022, live from Matsuyama, Ehime, Japan. So the second half of the G1 tour kicks off tonight in Royal Ehime as night one of a triple header before traveling to Osaka for the next two nights. Tanahashi will be in the main event yet again against Evil, one of his 5 main events scheduled this G1 in his record-tying 21st G1 Climax. So there will be 4 other league matches as well, and things are starting to heat up as some people are on the edge of elimination already with the 6 match format this year. So as usual, the preliminary tag match will set us up for the rest of the weekend as well, and let's just get right into it. We start night 11 of G1 Climax 32 with Gorillas of Destiny, Tama, Tonga, and Jado taking on surprise leader of D Block, David Finlay, who will team with Young Lion Kosei Fujita, who is from Ehime. Can the Young Lion get a big win in front of his friends and family here, teaming with one of the hottest wrestlers in the world right now, David Finlay, or will the vast tag experience from Tama Tonga and Jado be too much to handle? Tama and Finlay both have the entire weekend off of G1 League matches. Tama takes on Tai Chi next on the 9th, and Finlay takes on El Fantasma on the 10th. But we'll definitely want to try and conserve their energy this weekend as they have a flurry of league matches to close out the block stages of G1. So Fujita gets a special entrance here with his hometown coming out, cheering him on big time here. David Finlay looks super confident after his big 3 wins in a row. Jado now looks super focused as he waits for Tama Tonga to join him, also looking super focused. So everyone's locked in for this one. Fujita looks like he doesn't care because Finlay looks like he doesn't really care too much, though. He's really happy. And Fujita almost is a little bit nervous being in front of his family and friends. So this could get messy just based off of his bad body language here. Finlay wants to start the match, but Fujita just shoves him away and will start. The hometown Young Lion starts the match against Jado, who wants to shake hands, but Fujita is not interested. The veteran Jado now takes control over the Young Lion, wears him down with some strikes. Fujita fights back, but Jado cuts it off and tags in Tama Tonga. The crowd claps for the hometown Fujita to fight back, but Tama picks up where Jado left off with some more power behind his moves than Jado. So Fujita's in a little bit of trouble here, just barely avoids a running back elbow, but Tama's able to block whatever Fujita attack was going to be, and Jado tags back in. Fujita's able to counter their double team attempt with a drop kick, however, and Finlay now tags in, quickens the pace right away with a big running knee to Tama. And these two could potentially meet in the finals. There's definitely a possibility. Who would have thought that 2 weeks ago? But it's definitely could happen now. Tama takes control again and applies a tight chin lock, but Finlay's still able to use his grappling experience to get out of this and hit an Irish Curse backbreaker. Fujita now tags back in, hits a body slam, and fires up. So does his hometown crowd. Fujita gets Tama in a Boston Crab, but Jado comes in immediately to break it up with a big strike to the face. Jado and Finlay brawl on the outside now. Fujita gets 2 close pins on Tama here, and Fujita's drop kick is then easily evaded by Tama Tonga, who puts the scorpion lock on, and Jado is able to hold on to Finlay. Fujita fights his best while he's in front of his family and friends, but he has to tap out. The winners of this match by submission, Gorillas of Destiny. So Tama stands over Fujita, then helps him to his feet as a sign of respect. Jado shakes the Young Lion's hand, and Tama bows as Finlay kind of laughing and grabbing a shillelagh as this is happening. So Finlay's still in a good mood despite this loss. Finlay pats Fujita on the back as well and says into the camera, tough night for the hometown boy, but a great night to be atop of D Block. So Finlay's in a great mood here. Everyone gives Fujita the ring to say hello and thanks to his hometown crowd here at the end, and they cheer for his progress. Fujita's been a great Young Lion, and I definitely hope to see him more, maybe in an AEW excursion. I definitely would say maybe Impact as well, but Fujita in the X division would be great, but I don't think Okada will allow anyone from New Japan to ever go excursion to TNA again after they treated Okada bad. But to be fair, they treated Sanada a little bit better. I like the great Sanada character in TNA. Anyway, let's move to the second match of the night. It sees 2 United Empire members who don't have their league matches tonight, Great-O-Khan and Will Ospreay, who had very different outcomes on night 10 of G1, our last event, where Great-O-Khan staved off elimination, beating Ishii and eliminating Ishii from competition, but will Great O'Connell still have his back against the wall tomorrow night against IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Switchblade Jay White. Meanwhile, Will Ospreay lost in the main event in our last event in a battle for first place in D Block against David Finlay, one of the shocking upsets of the year. Who then David Finlay, after beating Ospreay, returned the IWGP United States title while Ospreay was knocked silly, completely ruining a moment Will Ospreay has been waiting for since winning the title at Dominion. But now Will Ospreay has his title and looks to start the second half of his G1 on a good note tonight, forgetting the past and moving forward. Still the favorite to win D Block. So he's just waiting for Finlay to slip up. Anyway, a tough match in tomorrow's main event against Shingo. Will does, and their opponents will be Team Filthy, Tom Lawlor, and Royce Isaacs, who look to get Team Filthy a spot in World Tag League with a big win tonight. They've been trying to do that here, getting multiple tag matches, but kind of coming short against K9 Connection from TMDK. Tom Lawlor did avoid elimination in the last event with his first ever G1 League win, defeating Toru Yano. With heavily emotional baggage now released out of Tom's heart, he looks to finish strong in the second half of his first G1, which he wants to rename the Gene one for his Daisy Duke jeans. So Tom has Bad Luck Fale on Sunday in league action, and United Empire then come out first here looking confident. Team Filthy dance their way to the ring looking like two of the biggest goofballs ever. Like, if Jim Cornette saw this, he would just have a conniption. So the crowd claps along to Tom Lawlor's music, and they still do it after the music's over. They're definitely loving Tom Lawlor's antics and the rest of Team Filthy here. Royce Isaacs, he takes his Daisy Dukes off and to reveal shorter Daisy Dukes. The crowd loves this as well. So Great O'Con and Tom Lawlor are going to start the match with some tremendous amateur style grappling. I could definitely watch 5 straight minutes of that. Nobody really gets the advantage as Tom has a better technique, but Great O'Con knows how to use his size advantage to play defense well on that. O'Con then gets wrist control, flips Tom over with a monkey flip. Tom counters and then tries to apply an armbar. O'Con's trying to block it, so Tom tries to break the clasped hands of the O'Con, trying to avoid the armbar by smacking it to the rhythm of his song, and then the crowd loves it. They clap around with that same beat. So the good times don't last long, however, as Will Ospreay is in a bad mood tonight. He comes on, he's seen enough, and completely destroys Tom from behind with an illegal. He just came in without, like, Tom had no idea it was going to be there. That nearly knocks Tom Lawlor out cold. Big moment of this match. Royce Isaacs now rushes in, but it's might be a little too late. Tom's really hurt. Royce and Will brawl to the outside, and Royce gets sent into the barricade. Will then hits a haluva kick against the barricade that takes out Royce Isaacs. Back in the ring now, Great O'Con uses some of that time to recover, then lifts Tom up, who's dead weight from that kick. Will tags in and hits a nasty chop to the chest. That woke up Tom a little bit now. Great O'Con throws what's his name? Royce back into the barricade so that he can't get into the apron. Tom then tries to get up and hits an overhand slap, but Will takes him right back down. Tom's having a lot of trouble here after that kick. Now we hear the ring bell that Great O'Con rings, but that did nothing except maybe wake up Tom a little bit more now, who counters a suplex right after that. Royce tags in finally, and he's able to knock O'Con off the apron. Then he hits multiple corner lariats on Will, and the power advantage crushes Will here. Will is then able to counter a suplex with a stun dog millionaire stunner, and Royce counters right back, catching the Os cutter into a German suplex for a 2 count. Great move there by Royce. Great match so far from Royce Isaacs, who's had to step up after that kick absolutely knocked Tom silly. Will now hits a handspring flipping kick and tags in O'Con, who hits Royce right into the corner multiple times, hits a buckle kick here. I don't know if that means I don't know what that meant, but Tom then has to come break up the pin, and Will comes back in as well. They easily take out Tom and talking trash now. Great O'Con locks an iron claw in, but Royce blocks the eliminator attempt, pushing Con into Will, sending Will Ospreay out of the ring. Royce then gets roll up for a 2 count. They block, then Royce blocks another attack from O'Con, hits some big strikes. Royce is definitely having one of his best matches of the tour here, but Great O'Con counters the brainbuster into a backbreaker and immediately into the sheep killer, forcing Royce Isaacs to tap out. Your winners by submission are United Empire, Really good match here. Love the story they told with Great Khan and Tom doing some great grappling in the beginning. The whole match turned around with a nasty kick from behind from Will to Tom, effectively turning the match into a handicap match. Then Royce did a really good job of dealing with it, especially with Ospreay being one of the two he was against, but it was only a matter of time. United Empire gets the win here in almost a handicap match after Great Khan gives the United Empire roll call after the match and basically said Hanari and Cobb are going to dominate later. Okan then points out a kid with the United Empire sign, some ladies with the United Empire t-shirt, and they must not have been selling the green lights to the crowd this time because I don't see any there. Great Khan, almost more than winning G1, wants to be bathed in those green lights, which means more money, more sponsorship, and more fame for the Empire. So our third match of the evening sees Los Ingobernables de Japon taking on Suzuki-gun in six-man tag action. Naito and Tai Chi are in league action later on tonight, so it'll be Lance Archer, Zack Sabre Jr., and TAKA Michinoku, which Tai Chi is very mad at at TAKA because TAKA keeps losing every single one of these preliminary tag matches that Suzuki-gun has. But Archer has already stated that he doesn't even care about winning these tag matches and is only going to be looking ahead to his next G1 match, which is against Toru Yano tomorrow night. And then Zack Sabre Jr., I got to imagine, feels the same, being focused on tomorrow's league match against Goto. I'm recording this late, so every time I say tomorrow, that means later tonight. Anyway, TAKA shouldn't be in too much trouble with those two. Tonight they probably won't care if he does bad again. SANADA comes into this match disappointed after losing the Tama Tonga at our last event, but SANADA's still in the thick of it with 4 points, so we can't get too discouraged yet. Shingo also lost his last league match to the surprise leader, David Finlay. Shingo has a big main event match against D-Block favorite Will Ospreay tomorrow night in Osaka. So Shingo's definitely going to be looking to get out of this match without taking too much damage ahead of one of his biggest matches this year so far. Lance Archer just storms to the ring and punches out the young lion Nakashima, who's been getting destroyed all of this tour. Then that's one of the drawbacks of being the only natural heavyweight out of the young lions. He keeps getting destroyed this tour. Anyway, TAKA and Zack Sabre Jr. follow Archer out, laughing at Nakashima, who got knocked out. Bushi comes out first, followed by SANADA and Shingo. They all look super focused. Shingo gets right in Archer's face before the match even starts. Archer tells him to hurry up with the fist pose. Shingo says tranquilo, so Archer just attacks them before the bell even rings. Archer then takes Shingo out of the ring with some big strikes. TAKA and Bushi are going to be the ones starting out in the ring for this match. So SANADA and Zack also are doing something on the outside that we can't see. Archer sends Shingo into the barricade hard as Bushi goes up to the top rope, but now Archer, having gotten rid of Shingo, knocks Bushi off the top rope. Bushi now gets triple teamed. Zack must have got the better of SANADA, and Archer tags in, hits a release snap suplex on Bushi, who's already in big trouble. The crowd claps an LIJ rhythm to try and get him back in the match. Archer mocks them as Shingo now gets back up to the apron. Bushi gets trapped in the Suzuki-gun corner here, and Zack tags in. Bushi tries to fight back, countering a corner attack here, but Zack gets an ankle lock applied. Bushi now kicks Zack off and tags in Shingo, who knocks TAKA off the apron but can't knock the big Archer off. Archer now comes in the ring mad, and he throws Zack, but Shingo evades his attack here. He throws Zack in the Shingo, but he evaded it. That's what I meant to say. Shingo then takes out both men to avoid a double team attempt, and Shingo tells the crowd, let's go. They all get fired up here, and Shingo and Zack now started striking exchange. Big shots unloaded here. Shingo counters a pin attempt with a back elbow to the face. Zack counters a lariat then by striking the arm of Shingo, and Shingo counters the next attack, getting Zack up on his shoulders, but Zack blocks that as well. Shingo counters right back to hit the DVD Death Valley driver he was looking for. So SANADA now tags in, gets out of the Cobra twist with a hip toss, and SANADA front flips out of a cravat takedown, but Zack then hits a big kick to the face SANADA right after that. Zack cranks the neck of SANADA and tags in TAKA. Archer also comes in and knocks Shingo and Bushi off the ring apron, but Archer and TAKA then double team SANADA. SANADA evades Archer, trying to slam TAKA on top of him, so TAKA gets slammed into the mat hard, who then Archer leaves the ring. TAKA's able to take control after this, but Bushi comes in and they double team TAKA. Bushi dives out of the ring onto Archer now, and SANADA counters TAKA to get the skull and dragon sleeper applied. Taka's caught right in the middle of the ring with no help, and he taps out, losing yet again. So the winners of this match by submission, Los Ingobernables de Japon. Shingo now talks trash with Zack and Archer after the match. And Taka's taking yet another fall for Suzuki-gun in these tag matches. It's been a terrible tour for Taka Michinoku. So LIJ do their fist pose, and they look fired up for their next league matches. So our final preliminary tag match tonight sees Chaos battle Bullet Club in 10-man action here. Yet another, again, Okada and Jay White will meet in another tag match this tour. The two favorites to reach the finals in their the first two men who also went undefeated 3-0 so far. So there are no members in Chaos in block matches tonight. They all five get together here. The much larger Bullet Club does have people in G1 matches tonight, but they still have enough to assemble 5, meaning this match is going to be Okada, Goto, Yano, YOSHI-HASHI, and Ishii against Jay White, Gato, El Phantasmo, Bad Luck Fale, and Kenta. So tomorrow, ELP meets YOSHI-HASHI in league action. Also tomorrow is Yano versus Archer, Goto versus Zack Sabre Jr., Jay White versus Great Khan, and then on Sunday, ELP has a second league match in a row against fellow Bullet Club member Juice Robinson. So Okada also has a huge test against Jonah coming up. Everyone in this tag match tonight has their minds on those, but Pride will definitely want to keep them from losing this faction battle here. Chaos all come out to Okada's music. The crowd loves to see him. And then Kenta is going to be near the bow staff that Goto has that he's named Jora Jora. And now we're told by Kevin Kelly that this is type of staff is carried by monks in the mountains for self-defense only. So that was a cool little fact there. Bullet Club now come out and they throw away fan signs. They cause general havoc here. But Jay gives Fujita, or I think it might have been Fujita, maybe Oiwa, a handshake instead of attacking the young lion. So Jay White's in a good mood, I guess. The match was scheduled to be an 8-man tag match with Ishii and Fale getting the night off, but they must have been added last second. This will be a 10-man tag. Jay White and Okada start the match just like we've been doing in these other tag matches where Okada usually gets a sneak attack from behind. So Okada was looking for that, but this time Jay is able to hit a sneak attack from the ring instead. Even so, Okada is able to knock Gato off the apron. Okada then blocks a counterattack and knocks Kenta and ELP off the apron. Fale now runs in, but Okada dodges his standing elbow drop, then drop kicks Fale to make him leave the ring as well. Okada then gets wrist control on Jay and tags in Ishii, and then Jay blocks the first attack, but Ishii hits a vertical suplex right after that. Kenta now trips Ishii from outside the ring, so Yano trips Jay from outside the ring right back. Yano and Kenta get in the ring and they attack each other now as Ishii takes them all out basically, as well as Jay. Ishii then knocks ELP and Gato off the apron, but Fale blocks his attack, allowing Jay to take control. Bullet Club now go around the ring and brawl with the Chaos members on the other side outside the ring as Jay throws Ishii out of the ring as well, where Fale and Gato double team Ishii now. ELP tags in as Gato rolls Ishii back in. Jay's still in the ring and holds Ishii for a quadruple somersault back rake from ELP, who gets a 2 count off of that. Gato then tags in and rakes the back of Ishii, who sells it wonderfully. Great stuff from Ishii here. Really selling that back rake. Gato now paintbrushes Ishii, which is never a good idea. That gets Gato punched here. And the rest of Bullet Club now grab Ishii from outside the ring and take cheap shots. Fale tags in and knocks Okada off the apron while ELP takes cheap shots on Ishii. Jay's now back in, raking the eyes of Ishii. Then Jay does a Jay or Rooney into a chest rake and 2 sweet chops after that. So this match is just wild. Then Ishii fires up and hits a backdrop suplex, high angle on that one. Ishii's now holding his chest after that chest rake and tags in YOSHI-HASHI. So ELP tags in as well. We get a little preview of tomorrow night's league match as ELP hits a back rake, but YOSHI-HASHI drop kicks the knee, then hits the headhunter blockbuster. Goto now comes in and Bushiman do a double team on everyone on Bullet Club except for Jay White. Then a 4-man war drum on Fale's back, which sends Fale splashing into Kenta. Big time moves here from Chaos. YOSHI-HASHI now hits a corner lariat, but ELP hits an enziguri kick and tags in Gato. YOSHI-HASHI then blocks a super kick, and then does the Jeff Hardy flip kick to get out, and Yano tags in and takes the turnbuckle pad off right away. Gato runs into the exposed turnbuckle as Yano takes another pad off. Jay now comes in, smashes one pad into another. Yano tries to cover the pads, and Okada hits an elbow on Jay from behind. Then a European uppercut on Gato as well, but Fale comes in, taking Okada out. Yano tries to fight Fale, but Gato comes in to help as well. Yet Yano counters their double team with a low blow behind the referee's attention, I guess, to Gato, and rolls up Gato. Yano does for the 1-2-3. The winners of this wild match by pinfall, Chaos. You could say it was chaotic. So this was a fun match. Very little from Okada and Jay, however. That might be our finals. So that they're just kind of in these matches together, but not really interacting too much, just getting under each other's skin, basically. So will Jay attack the young lion on the way out after shaking his hand at the beginning? No, Jay has other things on his mind. So YOSHI-HASHI holds up the 6-man title in ELP's face like a goofball, thinking that it's a singles title, something that Kenta and a couple other people, I think Shingo, has also called out YOSHI-HASHI for carrying around his 6-man title and putting it in people's faces and stuff as if he's a singles champion, which is hilarious that everyone's making fun of YOSHI-HASHI for that. Anyway, Jay then tells the English announcers that the referees are biased against Bullet Club. And yeah, don't forget YOSHI-HASHI and ELP fight tomorrow. Chaos won with a low blow, but the officials didn't care. So Jay has a point here because it was a little biased against Bullet Club. Now we have an intermission before our G1 League matches. We were supposed to have Tom Lawlor on color commentary, but he was knocked silly, so let's see if he is there. But yes, Tom Lawlor is able to make it to commentary, which was a good thing because Tom Lawlor was much better on his second night of commentary, adding a lot of depth to what different moves are called, and he knows a lot of history and a lot of different styles. So our first League One or G1 League match of this triple header weekend will be an interfaction battle. Bullet Club members Yujiro Takahashi and Juice Robinson. Both men are 1-2 coming into this match on 2 points. Big D block match here with the loser being eliminated. So Juice comes into this match still mad about losing to his former Finn Juice partner David Finlay. Meanwhile, Yujiro's already lost to a Bullet Club member in this G1, El Phantasmo. So Yujiro comes into this match also mad at Juice for telling him that he sucks. Yujiro wants Juice to lose to someone that he thinks sucks, which would take Yujiro to 4 points if that happens. And having been the only person to beat David Finlay in D block so far, that would put Yujiro in a good position with the win tonight. So Sho is mad. He also comes out with Yujiro. Sho's mad to be near his hometown here. He wants to be back in Roppongi and calls everyone here country bumpkins, even though this is where he's from. I guess that's explains why he wanted to leave so badly. So Juice comes in or out next, looking very mad at how his G1 has gone so far. Sho and Yujiro wanted too sweet before the match, but Juice yells at them and tells Sho to get the F out of the ring right now. So Juice finally says, fine, I'll too sweet you, but Juice attacks them both instead, and the bell rings. So some of the crowd are actually cheering Juice in this match because House of Torture is public enemy number 1, which is a little weird here, but there are still a few people that cheer for Yujiro as well. Juice then starts the match strong, but Yujiro tries to rake the eyes, but Juice keeps control, hits a bicycle kick. Juice then hits jabs and chops in the corner, then a corner lariat, and Sho is able to pull Yujiro out with that before anything else happens. So Juice gets out of the ring and takes both men out, and then the crowd cheers for that. So it is Juice is weirdly a baby face in this match, which is kind of a bad idea. Juice just turned on the crowd who have loved him for years. So this is a little risky here. They shouldn't be trying to be sending mixed messages here, but I guess that's just what happened. Anyway, Yujiro gets sent into the barricade multiple times, then throat first into the barricade. Juice is in complete control now, and he exposes the concrete floor, lifting the mat up outside the ring. But Yujiro counters a pile driver attempt with a back body drop. Then Juice comes down on the concrete hard on his elbow on that one, but it doesn't seem to affect his match going forward. Yujiro would be smart to attack that arm, but I don't think he ever does. Back in the ring, Yujiro hits a few strikes, then a Yakuza kick, and Juice tries to fight back, but Yujiro takes him right back down, then hits a nice-looking fisherman's buster for a 2 count. Yujiro then hits an Olympic slam for another 2 count. Yujiro has Juice up on his shoulders, but Juice grabs the referee to get out of this move. Yujiro now rakes the eyes and chop blocks Juice's knee need to get back in control. Juice is able to counter a pimp Juice attempt with a back body drop here, and the crowd cheers for Juice to go on the attack. That's what I was talking about. You got to be careful having Juice be a babyface so soon after turning heel. So Juice now does a cannonball senton he was looking for earlier in the corner. The crowd's loving it, which is kind of bad. Yujiro now hits the Juice. Yujiro gets hit with the Juice box for a 2 count for Juice, and Juice now yells at the referee because he didn't count the 3. That's a good idea by Juice. The crowd was starting to cheer him a little bit too much. Remind them that you are a cocky a-hole. So Yujiro now has enough time to recover during that to dodge the next attack. Yujiro takes the turnbuckle pad off and Juice crashes into the exposed steel. Then Yujiro hits a nasty DDT and fires up looking to end it. Yujiro hits Pimp Juice, but Juice is able to kick out at 2. You can't beat a man with a move with his own name in it. Come on. So Juice then counters the next move looking for Pulp Friction, but Yujiro blocks it. The Juice then blocks a Pimp Juice attempt right after that and bites Yujiro on the hand. Then hits a right hand punch, not the big left hand from God, but Yujiro blocks another Pulp Friction attempt after that. Sho now tries to hit Juice with the wrench, but Juice blocks it and steals the wrench. The referee wants the wrench, so Juice throws it to the face of the referee, again reminding the crowd that I'm an a-hole. So Yujiro attempts a low blow, but Juice blocks it. Yujiro then counters a pile driver attempt with a bite to the hand. The referee gets knocked to the mat now. Yujiro gets his pimp cane and hits a low blow on Juice Robinson. Some of the crowd claps for this. Yujiro now hits Big Juice on Juice and pins the man with a move with his own name in it. The Big Juice gets the 1, 2, 3, and your winner by pinfall is Yujiro Takahashi, improving Yujiro's record to 2-2. And now Juice has been eliminated at 1-3. Wow. Early elimination for Rock Hard Juice Robinson. Maybe New Japan is still a little upset with the whole U.S. title fiasco, but Juice did not choose to have appendicitis. So that's where the whole thing stems from. So hopefully it's not really a thing and that didn't have any effect on this. Anyway, Oiwa, I think, tries to help Juice to the back, but Juice absolutely destroys him. Then Juice unprofessionally kicks a barricade right into the face of one of the women in the crowd. I understand heel heat, but if she didn't know that was coming, that's somebody's mother out there. You could have taken her, given her a concussion or something. So screw you, Juice. He's annoying as crap and sounds like a fake tough guy with this new gimmick anyway. So I'm glad he's definitely eliminated already. Hopefully Finlay wins his block and the U.S. title and can destroy Juice in a title match. So Peter now celebrates with Yujiro as they leave happy. Yujiro stays alive in D block and takes on YOSHI-HASHI on the 9th and his 5th and penultimate league match. That will be his 5th one. So Yujiro does have a tiebreaker over David Finlay, who's the current leader, and will have to win his next 2 matches while hoping Finlay loses a match. Then Yujiro would have the tiebreaker over Finlay. So our second league match tonight, we'll see the 3rd Bullet Club member in action tonight as Chase Owens takes on Tai Chi in B block action. So Tai Chi has been waiting impatiently. He's been wanting his next league match for a while, and his last league match was all the way back on July 24th. On night 5 of G1. We're now on night 11. So it was a tough loss to Tai Chi's rival SANADA as well. So his wait for his 3rd league match was even longer because of that. Tai Chi comes into tonight at 1-1, having defeated Ishii in his first match. Now Chase Owens had a weird night in his last G1 match against Jay White, where Owens didn't get the money he was promised to lay down for the Bullet Club leader. In the end, Chase had a competitive match against the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, coming very close to an upset victory. Jay White would win and eventually pay Chase Owens anyway to make everyone happy, and everything's good in Bullet Club after that. Chase lost to Tama in his first match, but defeated Great Khan, making his record 1-2 coming into this match. With only 6 league matches in every block, it's already pretty much been decided if you lose 3 matches, you are eliminated. Chase will have his back against the wall tonight, and he comes out first with 10 years to the day since winning the NWA Junior Heavyweight title. So Miho Abe comes out next to introduce Tai Chi, who sings his way to to the ring. Miho looks amazing as usual, and she adds a lot to the Tai Chi act and entrance and all that. So Chase holds the ropes open for Miho Abe, seemingly respecting women a little bit more than Juice, but we find out that's not true later on. So Chase wants to start with some sumo wrestling, which is a speciality of Tai Chi. Tai Chi accepts, of course, and Chase just attacks him before the sumo match starts. Chase now throws Tai Chi out of the ring as Miho screams and gets out of the way. Chase hits two nasty close fist punches to the face as the referee yells, but does nothing. Then the referee gives a 5 count to stop Chase with a cord around Tai Chi's throat. Back in the ring now, Chase grabs the throat again, and Tai Chi fires back with some good-looking leg kicks. Chase takes him down by the ankle, however, with an Imanari roll, and we only know that because Tom Lawlor told us that was a move in Japanese judo. So Chase then almost wins with a perfect-looking Northern Lights suplex, and now Tai Chi is in trouble as the crowd also knows that. They clap for Tai Chi loudly to get that back to his feet. So Tai Chi does get up, and he hits some more leg kicks now and some knee strikes as well. Chase hits a shoulder tackle, but is also limping now. Chase stays in control, hitting a gut buster. Tai Chi's holding his ribs now, and Chase goes over to Miho Abe and wants a kiss. So Chase leaves her alone after she says no. He kicks Tai Chi, then asks for another kiss. So I guess he doesn't respect women either. Never mind about that earlier statement. Miho Abe has a tougher sounding voice than Juice could ever dream of, by the way. And Chase is now wasting too much time allowing Tai Chi to recover. Tai Chi hits a Kamigori kick to buy even more recovery time, and the crowd claps loudly for Tai Chi to get up and end it. So Tai Chi is very mad for the disrespect to Miho Abe, and Tai Chi almost loses his cool here, risking a disqualification, but he breaks out of the corner just in time. Tai Chi then hits a spinning thrust kick and an axe bomber into a high angle backdrop suplex for a 2 count. The crowd cheers loudly again as Tai Chi rips his pants off, but Chase is able to hit a big super kick to the chin as we get to the 10-minute mark. Anybody could win this match. Chase now misses a knee strike, but again gets a 2 count off of a nice pin. Chase then hits a knee strike he was looking for earlier, getting another 2 count. Chase hits a scoop slam, goes up to the top rope, but Tai Chi is able to avoid the Bobby Eaton knee drop here, and Chase rolls through back to his feet. Chase blocks the Yokozuna charge here from Tai Chi, and both men then kick each other, sending them both down. Tai Chi's up first and fires up, but Chase is able to duck under the roundhouse kick. Chase then gets a goozle around Tai Chi's throat, but Tai Chi gets out and hits a sumo charge that he was looking for earlier. Chase again challenges Tai Chi to a sumo match, but Chase immediately hits a C-triggered knee strike. Tai Chi blocks the package pile driver, however, and then Chase blocks the black Mephisto, and they block these 2 moves back and forth until Tai Chi eventually takes Chase down. Tai Chi fakes doing another sumo rush, then hits a big punch to the face instead. Now Tai Chi's able to hit the black Mephisto air raid crash for the 1-2-3. The winner of this match by pinfall, Tai Chi. So Tai Chi brings his record to 2-1 with 3 matches all in the next 10 days to go. Chase Owens joins his women-hating brethren Juice Robinson in the eliminated pool with a record of 1-3. So goodbye, Chase. Tai Chi is still mad at Chase and goes after him after the match. Tai Chi holds Chase so that Miho could slap him, but Chase is able to escape, sadly. Miho Abe just laughs at Chase as they celebrate Tai Chi's big win, and Chase says, "I hate you," to both of them. Miho yells something back, and Miho and Tai Chi do a sumo bow to the referee after the match, ceremonial style, and Miho then runs around the ring, bowing to everyone important. Tai Chi's next match will be against Tama Tonga on the 9th, meaning his final 3 matches are all in a week span. And then Tai Chi will take on Jay White as well. So Tai Chi has a big, tough matches. If he can get out of that week with 2 wins out of 3, he might have a chance to win the block at 4-2, depending on what the tiebreakers would be. Although Jay would have to lose 2 of his final 3 matches for that to happen. So Tai Chi is going to have a tough go. But if he picks up big wins, could surprise everybody and get to the semifinals. So the next G1 match here will take place in C Block, one of the 2 C Block matches tonight, with C Block being the only block without a clear leader. Everyone's jockeying for the lead here. Everyone's the toughest block. We saw it was going to be the toughest block before the event started, and maybe one of my picks to a lot of people's picks to win all in the same block. So we will again see Naito in yet another elimination match, something Naito has already gone through and will continue to go through all the way to the end of the block if he continues to win, having lost his first 2 matches. Naito was able to defeat Evil last Sunday in the main event to improve the 1 and 2. His opponent tonight is Aaron Hanare, who started out as G1 much better with a shocking win over Tanahashi, but after Zack Sabre Jr. attacked his surgically repaired Achilles tendon to win match 2, Hanare has now been limping around ever since, also losing his 3rd match against Goto as well. So Hanare now has his first elimination match in G1 history, while Naito has been through this many, many times, including just on Sunday. So it is Hanare's, I think, 30th birthday tonight, and he asks Naito for a birthday gift to not attack his weakened Achilles. Will Naito attack Hanare straight up, going for a tough battle here against Hanare just after a tough match against Evil, which saw Naito cut his back going through a table, and or will Naito be tempted to attack the weak spot of the massive Hanare to save his G1 in this eliminator match? Hanare comes out first with his great music and not limping as badly as he was last week, but there's still a little bit of limp here. This is a huge match for Hanare and for both men, but Hanare in particular, who's trying to get his career off the ground. Before the blocks were announced, I thought Hanare had a good chance to win a block in this new format, 4-block format. But once the blocks were announced and Hanare ended up being in the toughest block, I figured Hanare would beat Tanahashi, but all hopes of winning the block were gone before the G1 even started. Now it might be over with a loss tonight. Naito comes out looking cocky, joking with the fans, but once he locks eyes with the massive Hanare, Naito gets focused. So the crowd is 100% behind Naito in this match, clapping loudly with his music. Naito ignores Hanare right off the start here during the introductions. Naito takes his time taking the suit off, so Hanare waits patiently. Even after the bell rings, Hanare waits patiently for Naito, as Hanare wants to start this match off with some kickboxing. And Naito plays mind games, making Hanare wait even longer. Hanare gets mad eventually, and Naito gets to the ropes, forcing Hanare to back up right away. Hanare says, "Come on, let's fight." So Naito tries to kick, but Hanare catches it and hits a big body punch already. Hanare has some of the nastiest body punches in wrestling right now. So Naito doesn't want to have that. Naito ducks under a springboard kick, karate kick here from Hanare that looked really good, but Naito was able to avoid it. Hanare bails out of the ring, and Naito fakes diving out, does the tranquilo pose instead. So Naito goes out of the ring now, sends Hanare into the barricade. Hanare just shakes the pain off and sends Naito into the barricade right away back. Then hits a shoulder tackle, sending Naito down hard, also crashing Naito's elbow into the barricade, something we'll have to keep an eye on if that affected Naito. But now that I've seen the match, it didn't affect Naito too much. His arm seemed all right. Hanare now wears down Naito across the barricade while pointing at Naito's dad, who's watching in the crowd. Apparently, Naito's dad is usually in the crowd watching his son in big matches. So the referee finally starts a 20 count now as Hanare gets the action back in the ring and unloading big leg kicks here. Fakes low, then punches high as the referee yells at Hanare for the closed fist punch on that one. But refusing to count the pin after the illegal move as a response. Hanare now hits big forearms, locks in a heel hook, something he doesn't want done to him, something Hanare's been doing ever since Zack Sabre Jr. made him tap out to the heel hook. While begging people not to attack his Achilles, he's been doing it to them. Also with this heel hook, it's got a knee bar on Naito's bad knee, who's able to get to the ropes. 5 minutes have now passed, and it's already been hard hitting. I have a feeling this might go a little bit longer, though, even with the hard hitting start. The crowd claps for Naito to fight back, so he does. Hanare is able to avoid or absorb the body shots, hitting some of his own again. Hanare then counters a charging, or Naito counters a charging Hanare with a Claymore kick here. That looked nice, allowing Naito to recover a little bit, and Naito stays on the attack after that, hitting a drop kick to the back. But Hanare uses his size to block the combination cabron. Then Naito just switches up to a shotgun drop kick and then hits a neck breaker on Hanare for a 2 count. Naito is definitely out wrestling Hanare here, but Naito's also hitting big body shots as he's going with big strikes. He can unload big strikes at any time and also lock the ultimate weapon for the tap out, the full Nelson. So Naito misses an enziguri kick now, and Hanare hits a curb stomp right after that. The crowd senses that Naito's hurt, so they clap loudly here, and Hanare rocks or recovers a little bit more, then hits big strikes to the head and body again. Naito's definitely going to have to be careful. Hinari now hits a big running knee strike in the corner, and then a snapmare into a big kick to the back of Naito that was cut up from the table. Another kick to the chest now gets Hinari a 2 count. The crowd again is clapping loudly for Naito to fight back as Hinari lines up a perfect strike, but Naito ducks under the big roundhouse kick. Naito then hits a tornado DDT to counter the next attack as we get to the 10-minute mark, 20 minutes left in the time limit. Both men are now down recovering. Naito hits some elbow strikes to the neck that just got damaged on that DDT. About 8 elbow strikes before Hinari finally drops to his knees. Hinari won't be able to absorb too many of those, but unfortunately for him, Naito hits about 3 or 4 more of those elbows to the neck, and then Hinari gets to the ropes. Hinari gets set on the top rope, and Naito hits a top rope hurricanrana that the crowd absolutely loved. Hinari came crashing down hard with his big frame to the mat. Hinari is able to counter the Destino, however, with a big berserker bomb. That was a great move right there. Naito counters a corner attack 3 times in a row, however, after that, slapping the absolute taste out of Hinari's mouth, and all that did was make Hinari mad, who crushes Naito with a roundhouse kick now. Naito hits a middle rope senton right after that for a 2 count, but it was definitely close. That kick knocked right Naito, and the crowd knows it. They get the loudest they were of the match now. Hinari looks to apply the ultimate weapon full Nelson, but Naito blocks it, hitting a capo kick, and then Hinari is able to stay on his face on his feet and applies the ultimate weapon now on Naito in the middle of the ring. Naito has to get out quickly, but is struggling to get to the ropes as we hit the 15-minute mark. Naito tries flipping out of this, but to break the hold or get to the ropes, but fails on both. And now Naito's almost knocked out cold from this full Nelson and is just barely able to get a toe on the rope before passing out. Hinari said, or the referee will not let Hinari attack Naito here. So Hinari says, we'll either call for the bell and make me the winner or let me attack him, which seems fair in my mind. So the referee lets Hinari go back on the attack, refusing to call the match here. Who then they get to their feet. Hinari blocks 2 wild swings in a row from Naito, the second time with a nasty body punch again. Naito counters Streets of Rage, however, with a Destino variant, but it wasn't fluid and it wasn't full enough to get the pinfall here, but Naito gets right back up, hits the full Destino for the 1-2-3, and your winner of the match by pinfall is Tetsuya Naito. So that was a great match, but definitely seemed to just end quickly here. And I guess that's fine, as it was a hard-hitting match throughout. Naito keeps his G1 alive now for the second elimination match in a row, improving his record to now 2-2 on 4 points. Hinari, after beating Tanahashi on night 1, has been eliminated after only 4 matches, losing his next 3 after beating Tanahashi to go 1-3 on 2 points. And I say elimination, but this C block is the only one with the winner of the black potentially having 3 losses, but it's still highly unlikely for Hinari, who would now have to win his final 2 matches and hope to get the tiebreakers to go his way, which is very unlikely. Naito is very much still in the race now for D block alongside the rest of them other than Hinari. So tonight's semi-main event, we'll see a battle of monsters in the A block when Jonah collides with Jeff Cobb. Jonah got embarrassed losing in a countout to Yano in his first ever G1 match, but came back strong to defeat Tom Lawlor in his second league match. So this will be Jonah's 3rd match, and the big 350, 400-pounder will have 4 league matches in the final 12 days. Stamina might become an issue here. He'll need to start strong with a win tonight. Jonah comes into this match with a 1-1 record on 2 points. Meanwhile, Jeff Cobb, his opponent, comes into this match with all the confidence in the world after coming up short on night 1 against Okada again. Cobb has taken out both Bad Luck Fale and Lance Archer, sending them on tours of the island in the process, bringing Jeff Cobb's record to 2-1 on 4 points coming into this match. Neither man can get eliminated in this match, but Jeff Cobb especially will need to win every match because Okada's already defeated him, and Okada is 3-0. So Jonah can win this match and defeat Okada later on, getting the tiebreaker. So his destiny's still in his own hands, unlike Jeff Cobb, who will have to hope that Okada loses twice in his final 3 matches. Otherwise, Jeff Cobb could go 5-1 and still not win the block, having his G1 ruined 2 years in a row thanks to Okada. Jeff comes into this match going 8-1 last year, and now is 2-1. And if you take away the 2 Okada losses, is 10-0 against everybody else. Jonah comes out accompanied by Bad Dude Tito. This match should be great, and I have no clue who's going to win, especially since neither men can be eliminated with a loss tonight. The former NXT and Lucha Underground stars stare each other down at the start here and lock up to start the match. They're even in strength so far. These two have met in multiple promotions across the world, but this is definitely the biggest stage this match has taken place. Jonah holds the singles record advantage, 2 wins to 1. So they both try, after the test of strength was even, they try some short shoulder tackles and are again even on that. So they both run off the ropes into a big shoulder tackle into each other. Again, they're even, but this time they go flying out of the ring, both of them. They meet halfway outside of the ring, try it again with the same result. This time Jeff Cobb goes into the ring post and Jonah into the barricade. So I hope Jim Ross is watching this slobber knocker for sure. He would love this match. They trade forearms now on the outside, but Jonah hits a big Yakuza kick, and Jonah leaps off the apron with a flying shoulder tackle right after crashing Cobb hard into the barricade, taking him down. Jonah swings the gate of the barricade into Jeff Cobb's ribs. Then Jonah goes into the ring looking for a count out. But as Jonah fist bumps Bad Dude Tito, who's now talking trash to Cobb. Jeff Cobb's just about to get in the ring at a 12 count, but another Yakuza kick takes Jeff Cobb off the apron. Jonah follows him out there, pulling Cobb up by his hair, rolling him back in the ring, and then steps on the midsection here. Jonah does, assisted by the ropes. The referee's 5 count breaks this eventually. Jonah then claws at the face, gets a waist lock applied behind Cobb, almost for a bear hug here. They get to their feet and Cobb elbows his way free. Jonah hits a knee to the ribs to take Cobb right back down, and there's a giant target now on Jeff Cobb's ribs, who tries to fight back with a standing body splash, but Jonah answers back with one of his own, much bigger here, but nobody goes down. Jeff Cobb hits a running lariat that knocks Jonah down, but the force also sends Cobb crashing out of the ring as well. So much force in this match. 2 big guys here. Cobb then gets back in and they both collide with the running crossbody. This was a big moment of the match. It for sure was probably worse for Cobb, who has had his ribs injured throughout this match, but Jonah has had his breath taken away now, and stamina is going to be an issue going forward. Both men hit weak forearms as they are on their knees, winded, but as they get to the feet, the strikes start to get harder as they get wind back in their lungs. They go back and forth here, but Cobb starts to hit multiple, sending Jonah into the corner. Cobb then hits a flurry of strikes in the corner as we hit a 10-minute mark. Cobb gets sent into the corner, but rushes right back with a shoulder tackle. Jonah gets up twice more, getting knocked down with 2 more shoulder tackles. It looks like Cobb has better stamina here than Jonah, as Jonah has never recovered from that crossbody collision. Now Cobb with the move of the night so far, and maybe one of the moves of the evening for sure. Now that I've watched the whole thing, Jeff Cobb deadlifts the 400-pound Jonah up with a pump handle suplex. That was awesome. It crashes Jonah down hard. That was amazing. So Cobb might need a hernia check after that one. That looked sick. Jonah now kicks out of 2 of that one. The crowd cheers loudly for Jeff Cobb to end it. Twice in a row, Jonah blocks the Tour of the Islands as Jeff Cobb was trying to spring Jonah off the ropes and using the momentum to do the move. But the first one, Jonah countered with a drop kick that looked nice from the big man. And the second time, Jonah countered with a big spear. So 2 more big key moments of this match right there with the blocking of 2 Tour of the Islands. Maybe Jeff Cobb thinks he needed the momentum to lift Jonah up, but he already showed he could deadlift Jonah tonight, and he hit Tours of the Islands on Fale and Archer, who might be less weight, but also distributed it different. Jonah now takes control and hits chops, but Cobb evades a running corner attack. Jonah then goes up to the middle rope and dives off with a cross body, but Cobb is able to catch him midair, and Jonah pivots his mats at the last second, crushing Cobb with a splash, and Cobb's just barely able to kick out at 2. Another big key moment of the match there. Both of them get up and they hit Jonah hits a massive super kick here. Jonah now lines up Cobb, hits a huge lariat, and again Cobb is just barely able to kick out. So I'm thinking, wow, this is the match of the A block for so far. I think this is even better than Jeff Cobb versus Okada. So Jonah now sets Cobb up on the top rope, joins him up there. Cobb goes in the desperation mode and is able to knock Jonah down, but Jonah hits a big headbutt to those injured ribs of Cobb. Then Jonah stands all the way on the top rope, hitting a massive superplex here with a combined weight of over 700 pounds, and I'm surprised the ring didn't break. So Jonah goes right back up to the top rope after that superplex, shaking off the own pain he would have felt, and hits a diving splash for the 1, 2, 3. The winner of this match by pinfall, top dog Jonah. So wow, not quite the match of the G1 so far, but I did like this better than Okada versus Cobb. This is definitely the best match from A Block in my opinion. So far, my favorite might be an underrated pick of Hanari Zack Sabre Jr. I love the story they told in that match. But anyway, Jonah improves the 2-1, still has a chance to win A Block, and will have his final 3 matches in a flurry starting Sunday against Okada in a huge match in A Block, with the winner of that match going in the first place, Jonah versus Okada on Sunday night. So Cobb takes on Archer on the 9th and finishes with Bad Luck Fale on his final day of block matches, August 16th, where all 8 matches that night will be league matches and everything will be on the line. So might have the chance right there to be the best event in any company this year. That sounds amazing. 8 league matches with everything on the line. Cobb now falls to a record of 2-2 and will have an entire week off until his final 2 matches take place on the 13th and 14th back-to-back against Yano and Tom Lawlor. So now Cobb needs Okada to lose all 3 of his final matches to be able to win, effectively eliminating Jeff Cobb from G1 Climax 32. He has to have Okada lose all 3 of his final matches and have other things go his way and win the other 2 matches. And that's so Jeff Cobb's almost basically eliminated, 99% eliminated. So in the main event tonight in Ehime is Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Evil. This will be Evil's second main event of the last 3 nights, 3 events, I should say, and Tanahashi's third main event in a row from his league matches, with his next 2 being league main event as well. So something other wrestlers have taken notice of and are upset about. So Tanahashi, however, is in his record tying 21st G1, and at his age, you never know if it could be his last. So I understand all the main events. Tanahashi lost a shocking match night 1 against Hanari, but has come back really strong, winning his next 2 against Naito and Zack Sabre Jr. Although Tanahashi came close to losing both, even having Zack Sabre Jr. counted out for the 3 count, even though his arm was under the ropes. So Tanahashi escaped, avoiding disaster here, and now comes into this match 2-1 on 4 points, tied for the lead in the ultra competitive C block coming into this event anyway. So Evil is 1-1, having started strong with a win over Kenta, then losing to Naito. So also will have a flurry of matches to end block action. This is another match where nobody can be eliminated, but with C block being so competitive, every win and loss counts double in my opinion. Evil comes out first, no claps whatsoever. 100% of the claps are for Tanahashi. When he comes out, there's fans holding banners and signs all over the place. So the fans definitely can't wait to yell and scream for Tanahashi and throw them their banners and towels again. Dick Togo comes out with Evil, so expect a lot of shenanigans in this main event. There is a lot of shenanigans in this main event, but I think it's done correctly. I think this is definitely sports entertainment done right in this match. It's not for everybody, but I enjoyed this match. I thought it was wild and fun. So let's get into it. Both men look focused as the crowd gets the loudest they have been all night as they cheer for Tanahashi when the bell rings. They tie up and Tanahashi's able to get a headlock on, taking Evil to a knee twice here. And this is when I've definitely noted that Tom Lawlor's been much more comfortable on commentary on his second try. He's been great all night with a ton of info about fighting styles and history of fighting throughout the world. So the fight now spills outside already. Tanahashi wants to dive off the apron, but Evil grabs his legs and throws him into the barricade hard, sending the ring announcer flying. Also, the bell rings as it hits the floor. So Evil now uses the microphone cord around Tanahashi's throat as we hear Tanahashi scream over the microphone. That whole spot right there was kind of funny. So while still having people hurt their opponent and trying to win, that's comedy wrestling done right. Plus, if you're a big Tanahashi fan, it's just making you really mad at Evil. So it works in more than one way. Back in the ring now, Evil looks for quick pins here, but he's never going to win that early against Tanahashi. The Young Lions are pounding the mat in support of Tanahashi as the crowd gets even louder with the Young Lions pounding the mat. Tanahashi takes control now with a flying forearm. Dick Togo has also gotten taken out with a baseball slide. The Young Lions and fans cheer for Tanahashi to go on the attack, and he does, hitting a scoop slam and a middle rope somersault senton. But Evil catches a Tanahashi kick and throws the kick in, or the leg, into the referee, getting a free shot here on Tanahashi. Evil now goes out of the ring and hits Tanahashi's knee multiple times into the ring post, working on the knee now. Evil has the referee distracted while Dick Togo uses a chair on the knee as well. Back in the ring, Evil hits a quick combo of attacks on the knee, and the crowd claps for Tanahashi to get back in the fight. Evil locks in the Darkness Scorpion lock in the middle of the ring, but Tanahashi is caught in this hold for a long time before the crowd wills him to get to the ropes. Evil gets the hold keeps the hold applied until the referee gets to a 4 count, forcing the break before disqualification. Tanahashi fights out of the next attack and hits a dragon screw leg whip. Tanahashi tries to get blood flowing into his knee before getting back up, but is limping noticeably hard. Evil blocks a weak charge here from Tanahashi, who was limping, but Tanahashi counters into another leg whip, and then 2 more after that, for a total of 4 dragon screw leg whips, have Evil's knee in massive trouble as well. So both men have a bad knee. Tanahashi applies a cloverleaf now in the middle of the ring, and Tanahashi completely has turned the match around in the exact same fashion that Evil had. So the bell rings and Tanahashi's music plays as he has the cloverleaf applied, but it was only Dick Togo that rang the bell. So that was epic. Everyone in the building was fooled. Even the music man played the music. Everybody thought that Evil had given up. So the referee is super mad and he ejects Dick Togo from ringside. The Young Lions take away Togo, kicking and screaming. Meanwhile, Evil had gotten a chair and throws it hard into the face of Tanahashi. The referee did not see this. So Evil is up first, but a bad knee. He now has a bad knee now and is limping as well. Should be an even match from now on, but Tanahashi is dazed from that chair shot. So Evil tries 2 running lariats, but Tanahashi refuses to go down. This makes Evil mad. Tanahashi ducks under the next lariat, but gets hit with another lariat right after that for a 2 count. The crowd's clapping loudly for Tanahashi to get up, but Evil's the one who screams finished here, and Tanahashi counters everything as Evil with a twist and shout to keep the match alive here. That was a key moment. So both men struggle to get up, but Tanahashi gets up first, going on the attack, hitting 3 sling blades in a row. Tanahashi's now fired up after he gets a 2 count, quickly going up to the top rope and connecting with the high fly flow for the 1-2. But no, Show pulls the referee out of the ring. The hometown Show saving the match for Evil here, who was not going to kick out, or at least didn't appear to be kicking out. Dick Togo now comes back out with a second referee that he was accosting. The first one is knocked out thanks to Show. The new referee gets in the ring, but only counts to 2. Tanahashi kicks out just in time. So Show now takes the second referee out as well. Dick Togo and Evil signal for a magic killer here on Tanahashi. 2 more referees run out and they block the magic killer themselves. Tanahashi now sets the legs of Evil up on one of the referees and using him to hit the magic killer on Evil. That was awesome. This is a wild match. This is sports entertainment done right here. So that referee's now down 2. All 4 referees in the building are down. The Young Lions check on them all as Tanahashi blocks a wrench shot from Show. Then Tanahashi blocks a Togo attack from behind with his weapon with a low blow. Tanahashi counters another wrench shot with a low blow as well. What a wild match here. The crowd's loving it, but unfortunately, Evil comes from behind, hits a low blow on Tanahashi, and pins him. But all 4 referees in the building have been knocked out. That's hilarious. So I love this match. I absolutely love this match. Evil now throws Red Shoes, the original referee, back in the ring, who's still dazed. Evil hits Darkness Falls on Tanahashi. The referee is there to count, but Tanahashi kicks out at 2 just in time. This is sports entertainment done the correct way. Tanahashi counters everything as Evil with a Cobra pin, which is an abominable stretch position pin, and this gets the 1-2-3. The winner of this match by pinfall is Hirooki Tanahashi. Great match here. Tanahashi hits a low blow on Evil right after the match. The big cheers from the crowd. House of Torture getting their comeuppance tonight. Tanahashi improves the 3-1 now on 6 points to go top of the toughest block, C block. after losing his first match to Hinari, now coming back to defeat Naito, Zack Sabre Jr., and Evil all in a row. Tanahashi's next match is Goto in the main event in Hiroshima on the 10th, and Tanahashi does not wrestle on the final night of block action when those 8 matches will happen. Instead, wrestling in the main event of the 14th event in Nagano against Kenta. So those will be huge matches in C block action. Evil falls to 1 and 2, isn't out of it yet. However, he will need Tanahashi to lose both of his remaining matches, as Evil would lose the tiebreaker against Tanahashi. So it is not looking good for Evil, on the verge of elimination here. I would say 85-90% eliminated. He would need Tanahashi to lose both matches. So Evil's next match is Sunday against Hinari, who's definitely going to be mad, looking to punish Evil even further. Tanahashi and House of Torture leave in shame, holding their balls, the 3 of them, as Tanahashi thanks the 4 referees, thanks the fans, plays a little bit of air guitar while sending the Ehime crowd home happy. This was a great event. The G1 matches delivered, in my opinion, and the tag matches were also quick and fun to watch. No live translations here from Chris, who will be back over the next 2 days in Osaka, but definitely check back later on for my backstage comments video, where I'll not only have the translations from Tanahashi in the ring here, but everybody's thoughts backstage after their matches, leading into their next big league matches. So I'm going to get going. I apologize for getting this video out a little bit late. I lost power for about 20 hours, but I am back and I plan to be here. I'll knock on wood for G1 night 12, which is in only, so I'll be back on the air in about 11 hours with live review of night 12. So I'll try to get the backstage comments video from night 11 out before that. So check back in for that. Give me a subscribe and a like so people can find what we're talking about here. And I'll talk to you guys again real soon. Thanks for watching. Peace.